from about 320 to 250, and I didn't realize how lean you were until I saw you. And I didn't know you had veins coming out like this. I mean, that's crazy, especially for a powerlifter. Now, I'm wondering, with this whole CarbNite approach, now I have 70 pounds is a significant amount of body weight. Have your lifts stayed the same? Have they decreased? Tell me a little bit about your dieting and if it's been good or bad for your strength and what it means to you to be on this diet.
First of all, the diet that I'm doing is called the Carb Nite Solution. A lot of people think I'm following carbohydrate backloading, which is more of a diet where you're going to maintain your strength level and maintain your body weight, and you'll get leaner slowly. The Carb Nite Solution is more of a crash course into like dropping body fat rapidly, and that's something I decided to take on because at one point I was all the way up to 330 pounds. Once I started the Carb Nite Solution, which is basically a ketogenic diet invented by John Kiefer, owner of DangerouslyHardcore.com. Once I started that diet, I started to lose weight rapidly, but as I started to lose weight, once I got to about 20 to 30 pounds in weight loss, I also started to lose strength. The strength was compromised not from a loss of energy. I think people make the mistake and they think that, oh, you must feel worn out. I don't feel worn out necessarily like you would if you're a bodybuilder. A lot of times, typical bodybuilding method to go into a bodybuilding contest is to do no carbohydrates, very low fat as well. But in the ketogenic diet, the Carb Nite Solution, the fat content is jacked through the roof, almost 1-to-1 ratio with the protein that you're taking in, and the carbs are very low. So the fat now takes over as the energy source. You're burning your own body fat, and you're also burning the fat calories that you're taking in. Basically, you're teaching your body to not run on sugar anymore and to run on fat. And so I did lose strength, but the strength loss was more due to a loss of leverage and overall body size and body mass underneath the barbell. A great example of that is like in the bench press. Now my range of motion is that much further in the bench press. I don't have the belly under me anymore. My arms, although they look big, have lost quite a bit of size as well.
And for squats as well, while your hamstrings probably aren't as thick as they once were, so does it make it a deeper squat?
Right. I would say more so in the squat than anything. Since my stomach is not as big as it once was, I could kind of almost rebound off my own stomach when I was bigger. I would kind of push my belly into my belt, and that would kind of take up a certain amount of circumference, and it'd give me a certain amount of leverage out of the bottom of the lift. It'd give me like a certain amount of pressure, and I was able to explode back up out of lift. I don't have that anymore, so now when I do a squat, I tend to get rounded over a little bit more. But making corrections in my training and planning on basically trying to get my strength level back up to where it was. If I can do that, if I can do a 20, my best total is 26-25. If I can repeat that at the 242 weight class, that'll be a top 3 total of all time for the 242 weight class.
And speaking of somebody else who has a great total, you're known not only for your own achievements, but you've trained some amazing people, one of them being Stan Efferding. Have you been working with him lately? I've seen that he's doing pretty well, and even as he's getting older, he's still doing well, but are you still training him?
I still continue to consult Stan Efferding here and there, but basically he's on cruise control a little bit now. He's learned a lot from being out super training. The main thing that he learned, though, was not so much about the training method, and this is important for all of you to know out there, that what he learned from super training is it's about the environment. And that's why he came to me in the first place, because he wanted to not just lift by himself, he wanted to be in a group. And so he would lift with me and lift with some other big guys, some other strong guys, and that way, when you squat 700 pounds, it's no longer abnormal. Somebody sees you squat 700 pounds, we're not going, whoa. I see him smoke 700 pounds, I'm like, you could do 800. I see him smoke 800, I'm like, you can do 900. We've had guys, although not raw, we've had guys squat those weights plenty of times at super training. We're used to spotting that. We're not nervous about it. And we know what to expect, and we know, how far people can push it. So the main thing that Stan Efferding learned from super training, and the take-home message for him, and he now has his own gym in Vegas, where he trains with Eric Spoto and some other big, strong guys. The main thing he learned, the take-home message was build an environment where you can become better and you can become stronger, just like I did at super training.
Now, Mark, Big Log Strongman, you might remember him. His name's Jeff Banco from Thunder Bay. He wanted me to tell you that he had a 640 deadlift raw. On that note, though, now you are really prolific online. I didn't even realize the extent to which you are very good with actually giving content to your fans and the viewers. What can you tell me about your comments and responses to internet trolls?
First of all, the project that I have online is called, I refer to it as the Power Project. And I always say if you're not watching the Power Project, then you have no life. And if you are watching the Power Project, then you also have no life. But basically, the Power Project is dedicated to giving people infotainment, I call it, entertainment that's informative. I'm trying to give people the truth. I just get so tired of hearing these strength coaches and these people trying to tell people that they can't do something or that there's only one way to do it. There's too many different variables. People are built too differently. We're all so different. And you got to realize there's more than one way to skin a cat, and there's a lot of different ways to get stronger. And I want to try to teach people out there that it's all about getting better. And I don't like to get too obsessed about the haters and stuff because I get so much positive feedback from the Power Project. But to address the guy that you mentioned, I think that's great that he said he has a 640 deadlift. To me, that just tells me that I'm motivating him. So that's really good. I try not to take the bait when I see the haters on there too much because a lot of times they're just not quite informed enough to really make a good judgment call at that point in their training.
That's good to hear, Mark. Well, everybody, we are here at the Slingshot booth, 2013 Arnold Schwarzenegger Classic. Check bodybuildingpro.com for in the future. I'm going to pick up a Slingshot before the expo ends. I'm going to do a full review. I used it. It's pretty awesome, and I'll be doing more videos about it as time goes on when I get back home. So everybody, here with Mark Bell, Slingshot booth, 2013 Arnold Classic.